You are designing a marble sink for your new bathroom. The basin's sides and bottom should be 1 inch thick. Its outer length should be twice its outer width and outer height. What should the outer dimensions of the basin be if you wanted to hold 36 cubic inches of water? So I really have two rectangular prisms here. The outer one is larger because the marble is 1 inch thick. It's going to pick up 1 inch here, 1 inch on this side, inch this way, and then the bottom thickness is going to be 1 inch as well. Inside, it's going to hold 36 cubic inches of water. So the inner versus the outer. Let's look at if we can start labeling the outer first of all. So here's what I know. The length should be twice its outer width and outer height. So I'm calling the outer height x, so the length needs to be 2x. The width would also be x as well, and I think that this picture is just not drawn to scale, which might make it be a little bit confusing, but then this would be x as well. So I'm sketching a second rectangular prism here to consider like the inner part, the inner rectangle. And let's consider these dimensions. So the height was x, but for the inner, it's going to lose 1 inch on the bottom. So my new height is going to be, I'm going to label this as x minus 1 because it's losing 1 inch. And the width would lose 1 inch on each side. It's losing 1 inch here and 1 inch over here, so it would be x minus 2. And the length is also losing 1 inch on each side from each wall, so it would be 2x minus 2. So this inner part needs to hold 36 cubic inches. So I'm going to say that x minus 1, I'm going to multiply the 3 together, because length times width times height, times x minus 2 times 2x minus 2 has to equal 36. Now I'm going to put this in standard form to solve this equation. So I'm going to begin by multiplying the first two, which gives me x squared. I'd get minus 2x, and minus 1x would be minus 3x. And then negative 1 times negative 2 would be plus 2. I still have times 2x minus 2. Still have 6 multiplications to make. I'm going to begin by distributing this 2x would be 2x to the third minus 6x squared plus 4x. Now I'm going to distribute the negative 2 would be minus 2x squared plus 6x minus 4 equals 36. I'm going to combine my like terms. Would be 2x cubed minus 8x squared plus 10x. I'm going to subtract 36 from both sides right away to make this be minus 40 is equal to 0. So from this point, there's quite a few methods you could factor. This remaining polynomial could try grouping. It probably factors. Those are nice numbers. You could list your P's and Q's. Probably the easiest thing is to pull out your graphing calculator and see if you can find a 0. Where does it cross the x-axis? And I just did that, and I can see that x is equal to 4. So since x is equal to 4, what am I asked? What should the outer dimensions of the basin to be? So I'm going to go back to my picture of my sink over here. Oops, excuse me. Sorry. So this side here is 2 times x, x, and x. So my outer dimensions would be 4 by 4 by 8 inches. Which realistically is a very tiny sink, maybe for a dollhouse.